buddy at work actually fucking told me a story. He was out at Ghost Lake, which you know where that is?
Ghost Lake?
Yeah.
Give me another landmark. All right, what's it close to?
Okay, just east of Barkerville, which is just east of Cornell.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep, got it.
Okay, so it's like 40 or 60 clicks east of Barkerville.
Yep.
And it's a hike-in only. You can't get there by... You can get close, but you gotta hike in. And him and his buddy, they carried in a little John boat with a fucking electric motor, a little motor. And they were out on this lake fishing. And they're like 150 feet from shore, he said. And they were, just trolling slowly. And all of a sudden, they heard this cracking in the woods on the shoreline, 150 feet away. And the trees came up pretty much right to the water. There wasn't much of a beach. And he said they heard this cracking, like something hitting branches and leaves, and a fucking rock, like twice the size of a football, came flying out of the fucking bush and landed 4 feet from their fucking boat. And the exact same thing happened to this guy when he was telling me the story. His fucking arm hair went straight up, and he was freaked. You could just see he was fucking reliving it. You could see the fucking fear in his eyes. And both him and his buddy, without saying a fucking word, they're like, yeah, okay, we're out of here. Because they heard massive cracking and fucking, like, it sounded like some kind of a machine ripping through the bush after that stone was thrown. And it, literally, man, twice the size of a football, you're looking at, like...
That's significant.
100 pounds. It's probably 100 pounds. You know? Like, I looked it up. The world record for shot put is 80 feet. And that's a 16-pound shot.
That was one of the Russian women from the Los Angeles Olympics.
Yeah. It's not humanly possible.
No, it's not.
Like that. And there's no access to bring machinery in there. It's all fucking bush, unlocked. You can only hike into this place. No development. There's only one fucking explanation for that, man. It had to be a fucking Sasquatch. And I said the same thing to him, man. Are you fucking shitting me? And he's like, no, dude. And I totally believe him. I believe it happened.
80 feet, eh?
80 feet is a shot put fucking record. They were 150 feet from shore.
And that shot put, yeah, you have to shot put. There's a certain style or an ethic to it. You have to do it a certain way. Like,
but no man can throw 100 pounds.
No, that doesn't matter if it's shot put or not. Yeah, just
there's no fucking human alive ever that's can do that.
150 feet. That's yeah.
There's not a fucking chance.
No, not even close, actually.
It was thrown out of the bush. Like it hit trees and branches and leaves on the way out. That's what alerted them to it. And they watched it fucking come flying right out of them, you know. What the fuck's gonna do that? Nobody's out there.
Yeah, it's not like there's a machine that's gonna do it, and why?
You couldn't get any kind of machine in there.
Well, yeah, and then there's the why. Like, why did it happen?
Yeah, well, they say, Sasquatch are territorial. That's why they scare the shit out of people. They don't want them around.
That's heavy.
It's fucking heavy, man. It's a guy I know and trust. It's not a fucking bullshitter. I totally fucking believe it.
And it's one of those. It's another one of those stories. Like who could make that shit up? Like.
Yeah, and he wasn't alone. There was another person that saw everything and experienced everything, and the fear they felt, like instantly, the fear. The fuck out of there. That gut feeling, right?
stood the hairs up on the back of my neck.
Yeah, man, I've been kind of fascinated with the whole Sasquatch thing since I was a kid. I have been for some reason. My parents.
Well, it's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, my parents had this book called Strange Stories and Amazing Facts, and it just totally brought me into the paranormal and all the weird shit that goes on. And in there, it had the, pictures, stills from the original Patterson film of that Sasquatch they got in Bluff Creek, California back in 1967, and the whole story behind it. And I was just hooked. And ever since then, I've just been fucking on this big trip trying to fucking dig and find. I read every single fucking book in every school I went to, in every library, in every school I went to. I read every fucking book. And then after that, all the way up to school, library, public libraries.
That Strange Happenings book, it's not the first time that you've brought reference to that. You've talked about that before.
It had a huge impact on me, man. I was probably eight years old when I first cracked that thing, started reading it. And I was probably maybe not that much older when I first saw that Patterson Gimlin footage. And I believe it was at a fucking movie. It was before a movie. You've seen that footage. It's that famous film footage of that. Sasquatch is walking away from him across a bluff. There's a bunch of deadfall, and it briefly looks back, and then it just.
Yes, it just briefly looks back. Yeah, that's probably some of the most famous Sasquatch footage. It's even been regarded as even remotely credible.
Dude, it's been around since 1967, and nobody's been able to debunk it. And in fact, it's been heavily fucking brutally scrutinized by everyone from fucking NASA to military fucking analysts.
Yeah, it's been discredited over and over again, but the thing is, it's still.
They can't debunk it. People don't. The ones that are discrediting it, there's a reason people are trying to do that. And I seriously believe that the truth is coming out, man. And I think it's coming soon.
Well, hey, something's had to give, and the truth's coming out about all kinds of things these days, and I feel good about it. I really do.
There's a reason. There's been so much meddling in the whole Sasquatch thing by huge institutions that have actively had a concerted effort to fucking squash the information.
They found
keep people from knowing what's going on.
They found all kinds of artifacts that have been buried, like skeletons of people that are 12 feet tall, type of thing.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Smithsonian's only one of them, but there's a ton of them. And get this, they have DNA. They've already done the study. They have had collected Sasquatch fucking hair. A guy on the ranch fucking watched the thing go over his fence and he left the fucking top the hair on the barbed wire. There's been like 100 samples collected by people that have
Well, they just they opened up the basement or the catacombs of the Vatican just recently. Those 9 cardinals had that I don't know to call it a meeting or whatever, but throughout Catholicism, this particular gathering or meeting has never been held without the Pope. And apparently the Pope wasn't involved with this, and these 9 cardinals decided it's time that we got to do something about this. Well, anyway, they opened up the basement of the Vatican, and well, basically there's more human history down there that's been hidden from us since the beginning, and they also uncovered something else. Is well, apparently miles and miles of gold bullion stockpiled.
Oh man, dude, all of that stuff came from the Jews, dude.
Yep. Well, and the what's their name? Not the Westinghouses, Rothschilds. The Rothschilds. The Rothschilds hold 2/3 of the world's wealth.
I know, it's fucking. Those are like serious fucking lizard people.
I find that sickening.
Dude, the Vatican, I firmly believe, is the fucking throne of Satan. The shit that they're involved in, pure fucking evil, wearing sheep's clothing, man. Pure fucking evil. They don't want us knowing about fucking Sasquatch because something about them is similar in us that would make them powerless. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. And even like the Freemasons, even they went out. Well, that's where Friday the 13th comes from. Is they decided they were just going to get, they went on a rampage and they slaughtered all the Freemasons. And
that's some fucking crazy shit. Like, and it's all the cards coming together, man. People are starting to piece it together. And there's the Sasquatch apparently have these gifts that we inherently should have as well. And if we knew how to use these gifts, there would be no fucking power-mongering assholes running the world right now.
How different would the world be? Like, even something simple like, well, not simple, but like Nikola Tesla, for example. Say they wouldn't have fucking
perfect example.
Ostracized them, and like free, clean energy for everyone on the planet. But of course that's not marketable. So it's like, how different would the world be? Like, as much as I love the internal combustion engine because it's a wonderful thing, but imagine if we would have had access, and how civilization would have developed. If we had this abundance of energy and it wasn't such a big deal to stay warm. Oh, hey, what about what they found underneath the pyramids, dude?
The time, the money, and all of that spent energy that we use on trying to pay our bills.
Well, exactly, and that's what it's all about.
What would have that been put forward to better humankind?
Yes, and how far advanced we'd be, and because right now there's only one thing that's important, and that's the fat cat stays fat, and it's held us back.
But they're not even doing it subliminally anymore.
No.
Fucking basis. They don't care. They're not even trying to hide. And people are starting to see it, man. I think there's big change coming, man.
Well, there is. Like, something's got to give, and something. I'm embracing it. Like, even well, I know I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually right into American politics. But Donald Trump, like, he's kicking over some cow pies, man, and well, that whole Doge thing where there's like this hell, it's been going on forever, and I still can't help but grasp. I can't just even grasp the idea, or even fathom for the minutest little particle of like a world without tyranny. Like, none of us can imagine a world without tyranny because but something. It's just like eliminating poverty. Like, there's more wealth on this planet to eliminate poverty 1,000 times over.
There's no need for it.
There's no need for it at all. But besides that, the fat cat has to stay fat. you know, and it's, but see.
My cousin lives in Washington, and you might have met him, Ward. He and I talk every Friday, and it's always about politics, both here and there. And both of us are.
It's I'm finding it quite fascinating and actually quite entertaining too.
And he's telling me about Doge and now what they're finding, and like Joe Rogan had a quick list of the initial.
Yeah, I know about that.
What? Yeah, it was today. I got the text from my cousin. He's like, "Here's what they're finding: 15 million people over the age of 120 are getting social security."
Oh yeah, there's 230-year-old people and shit like that, and they're giving loans to infants, like, you know, weeks old, and you're getting $10,000 loans.
That's fucking unbelievable what they're finding, and how many fucking rats scurrying away. You know, like you kick over a stone and inevitably all those scurrying little slithering.
Well, you know something, and you know something, good on them, because you know something, they've had free reign, like you know, endless bounty, anything you want at all times without question, you know what, unbridled, and it's got to come to an end. It really does.
Taxpayers.
It's got to come to an end. Something's got to give, and there's something is happening, and you know, that country needed a hero, man, and it's Donald Trump, but it's fascinating what he's doing, and I gotta just toss this in there, and who's the comedian that, hey, is it all right? Is it all right? Is it finally time to admit that Trump is funny? But he is. He's funny. I find it's like stand-up comedy watching him. You know, he gets the press into the Oval Office. It's fucking pure entertainment, man.
Joe says it too, and he's like, the guy's a fucking comedian. His timing, his delivery, it's fucking crazy.
His facial expressions, his charisma, it's fucking.
He is a comedian, and he's a troll. So you can't. All this bullshit, and everyone's all up in arms about all the 50-person state and all that.
Oh fuck yeah, and holding your arm in the air, that makes you Hitler. Like, fucking, isn't there better things to worry about? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They never, you know, they only play the part that Elon's doing the fucking salute. They don't play the audio where he's saying, "My heart goes out to you."
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
Twice. He says, "My heart goes out to you." Then he turns and does the same thing to the other side.
You know, what it all boils down to is clickbait.
Yeah, they totally take everything out of context, and then people believe it, and they run with it, and that's all this big fucking.
And then, of course, that's what everybody's. But it all boils. Well, it's the same thing where, you know, keep us sick and keep us scared. You know, it's not exactly a new idea. You know, the population's way easier to control like that, and keep us sick and keep us scared. You know, actually, what's that? Remember that show, Cities of the Underground? It was on the Discovery Channel years ago. Actually, I've been calling up old episodes of that. Well, old episodes, but on YouTube, and they do this one. It's all there's a lot of caves in Romania, and well, a Romanian prince is Dracul, Vlad the Impaler, Dracula. And he still goes down in history as one of the world's greatest leaders, you know. And but basically, what he would do, he managed to single-handedly eliminate disease and poverty and old age. Well, what you do is just invite the entire kingdom to the castle, and, you know, with offering food and drinks and all that, and lock the doors and set them all on fire. You immediately eliminate poverty and disease. Like, bring all the sick, bring all your and well, of course, that's all pretty horrible and what have you. But the thing is also quite effective. You know, simple but effective. Kind of like flying planes into the side of buildings.
Guys get me fucking laughing when I get a mouthful of beer. It almost came out my nose.
I'd apologize if I was sorry.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, I gotta put us on pause. I'm just rolling into. I just got home.